Good morning. I am gonna lose it. Let me just say that right now. This is very frustrating. So I opened up Unity 10 minutes ago, and I didn't realize that this stupid thing was trying to open my project in version 6.2. It also didn't give me a warning that it was changing the version for the project. It just did it. And now I have all the errors that I had previously. All my UI is giving errors and is broken. You can see none of these are actually the elements that I use. They're just some weird generic stuff. And a bunch of my... Yes, this is such a flippin'... I wanna throw Unity against the wall if I could. Okay, but here's what I'm gonna do first. 6.2. Uninstall, thank you. This is not happening to me again. We're only using this version. I'm not flippin' playing anymore. I can't believe it did this. I'm so annoyed. I can't even. Let's hope I can recover this. Okay, so first of all, yeah, these things break entirely, right? So I knew that was going to happen. This happened last time as well. I just delete them and re-import the whole package. That's my first step there. Well, yeah, I could do that. Let's also try version controlling it, seeing if I can get. Yeah, okay, wait. Let's cancel. Let's see if version control can do this. No, I didn't flip it. I'm gonna have to start doing this every day. But okay. Anyway, so I wonder if we can revert back to this version. I might lose all the work from yesterday. Let's see what's the difference over here. This is exactly the type of stuff I don't want to. Let's see, what did it just change? Yeah, I obviously did a bunch of changes. What did I change here? Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna revert. Just gonna revert. it revert? Okay, we can... Something is still broken. This is such a... I am so annoyed. Delete that damn folder. It doesn't seem like it reverted proper. Oh, I don't know. Difficult to say. Difficult to say. Your changes will be saved. Okay, yeah, we're just destroying stuff now. If I lose 2 days, it's 2 days, it's fine. If I lose 2 days, I lose 2 days. More important that the project actually works. Okay, UI seems better. And let's open my Heartseed UI stuff. Okay, all our coins are back to being separated. Yes, that's annoying. Flippin'. The flippin' unit, yeah, I wanna... Okay, looks like we are... let's just get some of my assets re-imported here. If it's in project, let's just re-import this one. Because I don't think it is 100% in. Because I deleted a bunch of files and I don't know if it recovered now. I'm just gonna try this again and then I get to redo everything I did. I actually don't even know what I just lost. What did I do yesterday? I cannot remember. Oh, for crying out loud, did I just close my stream? Whoopsie. YouTube Studio. Okay, let's just get back our stream here for YouTube. Okay, and then I want to open the dashboard. I'm gonna I can't remember what the hell I did yesterday. Here we go. We're gonna watch a video of myself doing something. What was I working on? Okay, so oh, I remember. I made it so that we need to collect crystals. Oh yes, and I implemented the time multiplier buttons. Ah, my word. Are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah, so the time multiplier buttons are gone. Well, thank you, Unity. I appreciate that. I think I also made a build of the game. Yes, I did right at the end of the stream, so I guess I can go back to that if I really want to try and figure out what I lost. But yeah, I should have done my version control more frequently, at least. I'm just gonna restart Unity, I think. Let's just open up the C# project. Okay, level prep, hard seed UI. So none of my buttons should be here, right? Yeah, and they're not. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this again. I'm gonna do it a little bit better today, I think. Oh geez, all this weird ass code that I wrote here for the passive effects. Okay, all of this has been reverted as well. Well, fantastic. Okay. Okay, let's just restart Unity and make sure everything is fine. Not restart Unity entirely, but just like we can also do time track here while we time skip. Yeah, whatever. Start that one. Okay, we now got rid of that other nonsense. No, this thing should not want to open with version 6.2. Why does it not? I'm just slightly annoyed by this. I lost like 2 days worth of work. If I get an error, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, it seems like it's only a couple of warnings. Okay, this is fine. Okay, everything seems stable again. Okay, let's re-implement all of our UI. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna create a custom button element. Yeah, we can do that. Let's just do that. Okay, so in scripts, UI, custom UI elements, create scripting, empty C# script, and we're going to call this one the time multiplier button. Okay. We also need to fix our coin system to go back to 1 coin only. Let's do that first. That's quite straightforward. So decals, other, let's just see. So we have the 2 coins here. Space and time. I'm just going to delete them. Don't want them anymore. Just want a coin. Alright, let's open the prefab. And let's fix this guy up. Okay. Yeah, I made them into like a crystal. Yeah, let's search for crystal. Yeah, crystal prefabs. Okay. Yeah, why not just use this one over here? There we go. That can be our crystal. It's a little bit big. I also want to make it blue instead. Just gonna do this very straightforwardly, I think. Yep, something like that. Make it a little smaller, but not that small. 0.6 I think is fine. Get rid of the coin. Okay, now let's go change our script for coin first of all. There's no more coin types. Means a bunch of stuff are gonna break. We also don't need this at all. Okay. I kind of think I don't want them to rotate. Just take that out. Okay. So now a bunch of stuff obviously will break. Specifically in the coin manager. Let's open that up. Okay, so coin manager doesn't have a coin type anymore. Okay, so you're gonna delete this. We'll just call this one the space time coin count. That's all we have. We can get rid of this. Space time coin count. Okay, now we only have one type of coin. We can get rid of that. Yeah, okay, now this is problematic. Delete. 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 Right, so now we can add and remove the coins. Still no problem there. Space-time coin count. Starting space-time coins. That's good. Then we delete this one. We can delete that one, it's fine. Okay, add coins only has one reference. Good. 5 references here for removing coins. So exchangeable room. Get rid of that. Art seed room. Yo, this guy. Man, I'm a bit bummed, I'm not gonna lie. So when I opened Unity this morning, it decided to open up in 6.2 again. And it didn't warn me, telling me that, listen, you're opening up in a different version, because for some reason it doesn't realize that I downgraded the version or something weird. But what it did do is it started re-importing my packages, changing all my UI stuff again, and it essentially broke the project entirely. Yeah, I didn't remove it, and I didn't think it was gonna do that. And I removed it now, so just after that happened, I did go and I removed it. And now I had to revert to a version of my game from 2 days ago. So I'm just redoing everything I did the last 2 days. That's the plan. It does mean I can do it a little bit better. Though you might remember yesterday I was not very thrilled by some of the things I was doing. So now I have the opportunity to do it again and do it better. But yeah, I had different ideas for what today was going to look like, that's for sure. This is... I think I need to just start... I should actually just do commits to my... might be a silver lining, yeah. It's possible. I'm sure I'll do it faster anyway. It's not like I'm going to take the same amount of time, but... I should commit more frequently as well. Using version control. Just so I don't lose, you know, that much work every time something bad happens. Okay, I think that would have fixed a lot of my problems. Yeah, we still have some issues here. Space-time coin count. Okay, good for you. Okay, there's my other ones. Oh, yeah, that won't happen anymore. Yeah, metal music and coffee. I was close to just stopping the stream after like 2 minutes. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. Very close. Okay, so this is gonna be our space-time coin count now. Okay, let's just let it do the thing. Wait, what's the problem here? Okay, just save everything and then recompile. Okay. So now we just need to change up our UI. Because I don't have all these coin types anymore. So let's just delete that whole thing. Yeah, I think we can just do that. We can call this the space time. Points. How exactly did I did this last time? Cannot remember exactly. Just center everything like that. Let's give this visual element size. Okay, there we go. Wait, did I have a... Probably did still have this here. Yeah, so I could do something like that. Now they grouped, and then I can do space-time coins, boom, and then yeah, something like that should be okay. Okay, now would all our things work now? I don't know. Is this even a version of the game that's gonna work? I don't know. Yeah, we can try it. Yeah, 26 seems like a good size for this text. Okay, the one thing that we do need to do is change this to match up. Okay, so when we get our count, let's just see. Okay, so it's somewhere here, right? Yeah, it's space-time coin counts. So just change that name like so. So that is now the number that we're gonna affect every time we update something. Okay, so this UI should be now okay. I also should put my main menu stuff back. I don't know what this is, just delete it, it's fine. Menu container, yeah, let's drag that in there. Okay, shop button, go away. Okay. Okay, so now we got our menu buttons back. Sort of. They look a bit weird. Okay, that's good enough. Obviously, this is... We know what we're doing here. We're making shit UI that we can change later. These buttons are not connected anymore because, you know, that's how it goes. So let's connect them. I think I just need... my old level prep UI. Just essentially want this. Yeah. Now those buttons should be working. Okay. I should enable hot reload as well, probably. Okay, let's open up my level or my game playing UI that I can't see right now. Okay, so we still have the 2, so I'm just literally gonna delete that one. Gonna call this thing coins, right? Okay, and then we just need to find our game playing UI script. Okay, so somewhere here, I assume I have a bunch of health and stamina bars. Okay, here's my coin count. Okay, space, time, and coin count. Get rid of this. Use this thing. Root.cube. There we go. I just need to find coin count. Got it. Get rid of that nonsense. Okay, so coin count is updated. Do I actually update this? Oh, okay, wait for the coin manager to tell me. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. And just save the UI. Okay. I'm gonna just start hot reload here, so it can get to saving me some time. Okay, so this is our coin now. That's the new coin script. Everything should be okay. They should just work over there. My game manager, though, yeah, it's got a coin spawner, which is now not working anymore. So the coin spawner is confused because it thinks there are two types of coin. Space-time coin. Okay, that is what we spawn. We get rid of these. You know what, actually, while I'm here, let's get rid of this. Because we don't actually do scavenging anymore. Okay, we can keep this part, but not multiply by player scavenging, essentially, right? So occasionally we can get, you know, more than one coin. Okay. Whatever. Coin. Coin, do your thing. Okay, full time coins, that's fine. Okay, so that's the coin spawner. Okay, we need to recompile for that because it changes our inspector. And then we need to do all that time manipulating multiplier nonsense again. Yo, Alvin, how's it going, man? I am doing okay, but only okay. Slightly annoyed. Okay, so we stick it in there. This is in the game manager. Why do I have this in the game manager? I'm a little confused. I think the Pooler has something like this. Yeah, where I just... This was weird. For the Pooler, I did do this. Basically because I just wanted to spawn a bunch of coins. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe I was busy doing something with the game manager. That's very strange. I don't think I used this with the game manager. Coin spawner. Okay, the test spawner has one of them. Man, the rest is all on the enemies. That is interesting. I don't know why that is the case. Okay, let's go get the enemy as well before we recompile, and we can do both. Yeah, just whatever enemy, it's fine. So base enemy. Oh, okay, so this coin spawner has been updated. Yeah, okay. So here you go. There's your new coin. It's not C sharp, Alvin. I think this is a Unity thing that got me. And then I had to revert to a previous version of the game, and I lost 2 days worth of work, which is a bummer. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a bummer, right? How's your learning of Unity coming? Have you finished one of those 20-hour tutorials? Okay, let's just make sure. Yeah, our pooler. It needs a coin prefab, right? Yes. There we go. Ah, you busy watching Code Monkey? Ah, that's good, man. Ah, you'll get there eventually. It takes a while. Any new thing takes a while to learn, right? But I don't know. I kind of like learning new things. So to me, it's okay. Some people might not like the process, so. But I do. What else do I need to change? You see, this is now. Probably gonna have to play the game, watch it break, and then realize, oh, this is another thing I needed to do. Let's play the game and watch it break. I think I got all my coins back where they should be. Hopefully. I mean, it compiles. That's a good start. Oh, we start with no coins. Okay, that makes sense. Ah, and everything's yellow again. Change that as well. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, the little crystals are popping out, and I can pick them up. That all seems good. They look a little bit differently because I used a different type of crystal this time, but you know, whatever. Whatever, it's okay. It's probably placeholder anyway. Okay, cool. I got like 130. Okay, nice. So if I want to unlock, say, the blacksmith, that works. If I want to put somebody into the blacksmith, it won't let me time skip because I don't have enough coins, bro. Well, okay. Let's just go play again and see if we can get enough coins. I should change my starting a coin amount so I can fiddle with this stuff a little bit more. Ooh, rude. Imagine that. Come here. Let's go coin farming. Whee. Okay. Now let's see if the time skipping works. Time skip for 45 coins. Boom. It did something, right? And the time skip's more expensive. Okay, doing the time skip didn't spend my coins though. Okay, well, that's a problem. Yeah, I'm not imagining it, right? I know. That time had totally spent my coins. You reckon the nodes get a bit confusing? Well, I mean, the game objects in Unity are similar in some ways. Well, sort of. Everything's a game object in Unity. Essentially. Well, not everything. Obviously, your scripts are scripts. But, I don't know. I feel like the game object and the node system are analogous to some extent. It's one of the things that feel familiar when you jump between the two, right? But obviously they are implemented a little bit differently, so maybe you will experience them in a different way, that's for sure. Okay, I think everything's working. I just need to come over here, starting coins. Let's just get like 1,000 so I can actually do stuff when I want to test things. Yeah, and then I think it's okay. Right. Oops. Okay, so next thing, we have to make our all-out time nonsense that we did yesterday again. So, over here, you might remember we had a bunch of buttons here to increase our time multiplier by something. Okay, so those buttons are now gone. So we need to redo all of them. And code all the functionality from scratch. I cannot wait. Okay, so first of all, not this UI. Go to scripts UI. I made a custom element because I think I'm gonna do this with a custom element this time. Time multiplier button. And again, obviously, okay, so this is a public partial class that extends visual elements. Right, so that get that out of the way. And then we have a public constructor. Just a default constructor. Okay, something like that, right? Now, okay, we'll obviously have. I need to think about how I want this to work. It'd be kind of cool if I just had a script with all the buttons in it to manage the time multiplier buttons, if that makes sense. I could make this a custom element called buttons. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. So what if I did something like this, right? And then I do, you know, we get a bunch of buttons, and then we do like multiplier button 1. Okay, so each button, okay, we can think about this. We either want to do, we could do this as well. multiplier button. I'm just fooling around, so just yeah, we can have a multiplier, and we can have a public int button ID. Yeah, we can default this one to 1F if we wanted to, and we can also have a public button inside of this thing. So we have time multiplier buttons as our visual element. Then we have multiplier buttons within it. All right. I don't know if this is any better. But we can make a constructor. If we needed one, what would we need for a constructor? Well, I guess we'd need a float multiplier and an int ID. Also, why is this? Okay, so we create the button, we get those things. Okay, we also need to create a new button and then register a callback or a click event. Okay, we can think about those. Okay, so when we do this, we obviously then do this dot multiplier and this dot button ID is equal to ID. Right, I kind of want this whole class to be below this thing over here. Right, and then we have public multiplier, but well, we could make a list of multiplier button. Just call it a list of buttons. Okay, we need to import not a list view, just a list. Yeah, something like that. We get a bunch of buttons. We have a list of the buttons. Right, and this is the information each button contains. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now let's see our time multiplier button. So this element is basically just a visual element that's going to contain a bunch of buttons, right? And when we create it, we want to do we can't create a list with this thing, right? Can we? I actually don't know. Can we do new buttons equals new? Is that something that's allowed? I guess it is. Okay, then we can do buttons dot add new, well, new multiplier button. Okay, so let's think. So then we need to put it, we need to give it a multiplier. So this could be 0.5f and an ID, which is 1, right? Now we could do this 4 times essentially. So this is button 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't even know if we need an ID, since we put them in a... but let's try that. Anyway, so technically we now have a bunch of buttons, right? For each of these. Just want to think when the button is clicked. We obviously want to register a callback or something to something else. Something needs to happen. So this creates the multiplier buttons, gives them their multiplier, so all the data they need. They should at least have. Right, now the button itself inside of here you can access. So what we might be able to do is do a for each, yeah, whatever, for button and buttons. We can do button.button equals. Yo, Dianora. How's it going, man? Are you doing well? Hope so. I don't know if this is gonna work though. Button dot add button dot add to class list. This is going to be the class list time multiplier button. Right. When does it ever work? Yeah, that's a good question. We'll see. I'm trying something that I haven't done before. I don't know if this is a thing that you can do. Be kind of cool if this works, but it might not work. I might be doing too much inside of this visual element right now. Yo, Ice Bear. Yeah, that's well, bugs are part and parcel of part in parcel, whatever the phrase is, of game jams, aren't they? Because I mean, it's not like you have a proper way to test. You kind of just hope for the best. Ice Bear, it's not going too bad. I think things are progressing, although I did lose 2 days worth of progress, and maybe even more. This whole week was a bit slow because of Unity 6.2. Oh, Dianora, I don't know if you had any problems with 6.2, but I had to revert back to good old 6.0. Because I tried making a build of the game in 6.2, but the shader errors or something made the performance horrific. Like I had half the frames that I would normally have. So I went back to 6.0, lost a bunch of work, unfortunately. Did the same thing this morning and lost a bunch of work because I'm stupid. But did a new build and the game worked perfectly, right? No problems. Well, not perfectly, but the frames were quite a bit higher. So yeah. Cinti shaders, they were definitely one of the biggest problems. I also have another asset pack for some visual effects that had a similar error to the Cinti shaders. So between Cinti and that one, those were my two problem childs. But obviously, like, my game there's so much Cinti in the biomes. All the trees and grass and everything just, yeah. Ice Bear, are you? I don't know if it is necessarily a problem for everybody, right? I think it's because a lot of these third-party packages and stuff that we use, you know, they haven't been updated for 6.2. The last LTS version that they updated for was 6, right? Maybe some of them are going to be quick with the 6.2 updates, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't willing to wait, so I just did what I did. I went back. And then this morning when I opened Unity, I didn't realize I still had 6.2 open, and without even asking me, Unity went and it upgraded everything back to 6.2 again. And it broke all my UI. It broke because there's a lot of changes with UI toolkit stuff. All my UI was broken. I had to re-import a bunch of packages again. And then I just kind of lost it a little bit, and I reverted to a previous version, and I lost basically everything from the last couple of days. Yeah, it wasn't fun, Ice Bear. Wasn't fun at all. And the game was actually in a cool state. Like, I had some very cool mechanics working. For the first time, I even felt like it was interesting to play, right? And I mean, I've been building the game for the last year or whatever. Not a year yet. So for me to think, oh wow, this is kind of cool, it's kind of a big deal, because, you know, I get tired of this game. Okay, I have no idea if this is doable. So we can try it. So what I'm trying to do is, within a partial class, an extension of visual element, I want to make a list with the constructor, populate the list with a different thing, and then connect them all. This is going to be interesting. I think before I go too far, let's just try this. Yeah. No, it is a bit of a painful situation. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I don't know. While I was implementing this system yesterday, I kept saying to myself, not to myself, to the stream, what I'm doing is bad and I shouldn't be doing it this way. But I kept doing it in the worst way possible. And now all of that work was deleted, so maybe it was for the best. I was jumping through some interesting hoops trying to get my stuff working. And that's just because I didn't want to structure the stuff properly or create a custom element or whatever. I was just being lazy. Oh wait, there's something I forgot. I need to do this thing, right? Now it will appear in UI. Yeah, in UI toolkit, so I can use this. Okay. I think it will have to, yeah, it has to reload. Yeah, silver lining. But it's life, I guess, eh? Live and you learn. Sometimes you learn by experiencing pain. Okay, so let's see if I go here. Time multiplier buttons. Oh, wow. Wait. That's not exactly where I want to put them. But it totally worked. The buttons exist. Oh, shit. Okay. That's pretty nice. I didn't realize that works. I'm thrilled. Take that, Unity. Okay, so let's see. If I do this, I should be able to manipulate this thing, right? Do I even want to do it like that? No, I don't actually think I do. Nah, let's just get rid of that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. No problem, Ice Bear. Go right ahead. Lurk to your heart's content. Okay, so we want to put it like that. No, we don't. We just want to put it on top, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's see. First of all, they should be arranged like that. And maybe from the other side. So those are our 4 buttons. Okay, these buttons definitely need time multiply button. Oh, I did a thing here, seems like. So I can access them because I'm such a smart person. Gotta pay them bills, yeah. I have a very, very fun weekend lined up for me of work. I'm very sarcastic. It's not gonna be fun at all. Okay, so let's see. We can get a button. I think I used this one, right? Yep. There we go. There's our buttons again. Just make them round, why don't we? I think I made them 100 by 100 or something. I don't think I did, actually. Maybe 80 by 80. That's maybe what I had in mind here. Okay, so each of these buttons, we should give them a name. Okay, let's go. So when we do this, button dot. Oh, thanks for the resub. Nice, Bear. I appreciate that. Name? No. Button dot button dot name equals. I think I just want to do button dot button ID to string, right? Yeah, let's just do that, and let's see how it looks. Catch you later. Okay, so we add a name. What else do we want to add here? The button should have text, right? Button dot text? Ah, yes, we can. We can have text. We actually just want the multiplier .to string there. I believe. Okay, this needs to be recompiled so we can see the changes in our UI. There we go. Okay. I thought that was gonna happen. Hey, Mig Creates Games. Hello, how's it going? Can we just do this then? Oh yeah, that's way better. 0.511. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we might want to do this a little bit differently. So let's do string.format. Good old string.format. Okay, so we want the number or we want an X multiplied by a 0. Not quite. Yo, a raid from Mig Creates Games. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hello, Eternal Lord. How's it going, man? Did you come with Mig? Okay, now what we want here is a button dot multiplier. Right? I think so. I think this is fine. I think we can just leave it like that. I don't think we have to worry about any funny business. I don't know. We'll see. I'm doing well. I'm doing better as the stream progresses. Just bummed that I lost 2 days of work, but that's, it's my own fault. Well, I kind of want to blame Unity for that one. Maybe I should. Maybe it's Unity's fault. Yeah, Unity can take the blame. Nah, I was just being... Oh, thanks for the follow, Mig. Thanks for the follow. Hey, Nario. Yeah, 2 days. 2 days worth of work. So what happened was... This changes the text size. Yes. I upgraded to version 6.2 of Unity, right? But then... hello, Angry Shark. Did I save some scripts? No. I just lost everything. I think I was... So I upgraded to Unity 6.2 in the beginning of the week. Realized it's terrible and my game performance tanked, blah, blah, blah. Went back to 6.0 somewhere in the middle of the week. Then, this morning, when I double-clicked on my project, it just opened it with 6.2 by itself. It converted a bunch of my stuff again automatically. I got a bunch of errors again. And I should have, and I could have saved the scripts at that point, because the scripts are obviously just text files. But I was so bummed that I just went into my version control and I reverted everything back to version 6. Oh, well, to a previous version, restarted Unity. And then I realized that everything I did the last 2 days was now gone. So yeah. If you are using Cinti assets, do not upgrade to 6.2 yet. I'm just going to say that. Because Cinti, the shaders are not yet updated, and there's a lot of shader changes from 6 to 6.2, and your shaders will break, cause a bunch of errors, destroy your frame rate, etc. Don't do it. No, 6.2 was released roughly a week and a half ago now as supported, right? So that would be, it's not long-term supported, but supported is already like, you know, pretty good. That's like a proper stable version of Unity. And they also have a lot of, there's a lot of new features that are nice, right? But, yeah. It's what it is. I didn't have to upgrade, right? I was on a long-term support version. I could have finished the game on that version. No problem. I should have checked whether the shaders or anything has been updated to support 6.2 before I made the jump. So I was kind of being, it's kind of my own stupidity there. But what can we say? Live and you learn, hey? Yeah. Yeah, I should have just waited for LTS, right? Not just supported. Because supported just means, you know, the guys over at Unity will help you out. It doesn't mean all the asset creators like Cinti are gonna update anything for that version. They are waiting for the next LTS version, I suppose, before they make a jump. Okay, these buttons are there. They're not looking fantastic, but they are there. Okay, so what we can also do, let's just do this. So I'm gonna go buttons, just as a test one. Dot button dot add to class list, and I want a new class list here called time multiplier button selected, right? Ah, geez. Okay, so we're just gonna add one of them to that class list as well, and then we can just see what that class list does, right? And then we'll hook up all the code so these things work nicely. Hopefully. And then we get to hook up all the code to actually make it work for the game itself. But I think it's going to be better overall. Okay, so let's do... no. Didn't I just copy this? Okay. So my selected, all I really want to do... So I want to scale it by a little bit, right? So when you have a selected one, it scales slightly. Then I want to make a 2-pixel border. That is a very nice green with a radius of 38. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. So that looks nice and selected, and I think the last thing I want to do is change the text size. So it's, there we go, 34. Yeah, I think that's pretty good, right? That'll stand out. Could we make this border even thicker? Okay. I'm gonna call that pretty good. Okay, let's get back to our scripts. Okay, so what we'll need here. So all our buttons work nicely. I'm happy about that. Public. Let's do an initialize init time init this thing. Okay, so this is when we need to give it some additional information. Public void, sorry. Okay, init time multiplier buttons. Okay, so what do we need here? I guess we'll need a reference to our level prep UI stuff. So level prep heartseed UI. We'll just need let's do one of those. This dot level of prep heartseed UI is equal to that. Right, that's one of the first things we kind of need to do when we start off. Let's also just give this thing a name. Right, the name is just going to be this. If for some reason that's a problem, a time multiplier button, so then I can grab it and initialize it. So in my level prep heartseed UI, somewhere here in all this mess, we can do. Do we need a reference to this thing? I think we do. I think we do. Public time multiplier buttons, time multiplier buttons. So then over here we can do time multiplier buttons equals main container dot queue. Oh wait, we don't even need a name. Yeah, it'll just get the first thing of that type, and there's only one thing of that type. Right. So then we can do time multiplier buttons dot initialize time multiplier buttons, and we give it this. Right, we give it our UI. So okay, so now I should have access to anything from here inside there as well. So this would be, yeah, basic, whatever I need, right? I need a lot of stuff, but... Oh, geez, I'm remembering how much work I did yesterday on this system. And it's bumming me out. Okay, I don't need to think about it. I'll just forget about it. It's fine. It's fine. So, let's see. So now we got that, so... What are those? Are those fish? Oh, they're little sharks. Okay. So now that we did that, right, we still don't have anything happening when we click on these buttons, right? So let's do public void. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do here. So when a button gets clicked, we need a reference to the button. Right, so we kind of need a multiplier button reference, right? This, or we need to register this in here instead. Because then it has a reference to itself, right? So that's another way we could do it. Maybe for the change in style, we can do that. Yes, we could do that with the change in style. Oh, is it waving by? Okay, cheers. Let's do that. Public void button clicked, right? Okay, so what we can do now is we could say button dot button clicked, right? I think I want to do a lambda function here. Okay, so one of the things we want to do is do button dot button clicked. Right, so something like that. And essentially what we want this to do first is to do button dot you see now, this is where it gets funny, because if I do this, I can obviously change the I can change the button that I just clicked, but I have to change all the other ones as well. I kind of need a reference to all the buttons, when in that case, yeah, we need something like the button dot button ID to be called here, and this might have to be this one. We don't need to give it the button, we just need to give it the button ID. This is just an int. What am I doing? Button clicked button ID, right? So when we click the button, we send it with the button.button ID. Now I think this will work. Debug.log button ID plus a button ID. Let's see, that should do it. I just want to see if this actually works. And then the other thing I guess I could do while I'm here, I could just do something like this. Buttons. Now the ID is kind of like, yeah, we maybe didn't even need a list here. We could have used something else, but you know, whatever. So the ID 1 through, so we could just do button ID -1, right? To just access it from the list to get the correct button. We'd also just go through the list and find the correct one, but that's not necessary. We could just do this. Could also have used button ID as our like with a dictionary of buttons instead. Now maybe that is better. I might consider doing that. Let's just see if this works. This should work as our list of buttons with the button ID. Right. Yeah, and actually if I had... No, you still need... whatever. It's okay. And let's save, let it compile. Recompile, and then we'll run the game to see if it works. A little bit, right? It's gonna break slightly, because as I click through, it's gonna add the class list to all of them. That's not really the functionality I want. But it's good enough for now. Okay, button 3, button 2, button 1, button 4. Okay, so it works. Ew, that looks terrible. I didn't realize it would look that bad. Okay. But it is working. Maybe one of the things we could do then to make that look a little bit better. Yeah, you know what? Let's do button 0. You know what? Let's change this to be a dictionary. Public dictionary. Key is an int. Value would be multiply button. Multiplier button. Multiplier buttons, right? And then okay, we'll delete that now. So we can do multiplier buttons equals new. Right, and then we can do multiplier buttons dot add, and we just need a key value pair. You know what? I'm being stupid. Why do I even do this? Let's just use the list. We'll use the list and we won't have a button ID, or the button ID can just be the position in the list or whatever. Yeah, so that way if we do this 2, 3, right, we're programmers, we think like this anyway. Then we can just straight up use the button ID every time, and we don't have to do this. We just use the button ID. So when you click on the button, we kind of want to do a quick for each button. Okay, and we want to do button dot remove from class list. And the class list we want to remove specifically is this one. Okay, so we just remove all of them from the class list first, and then we add the actual one that we wanted, right? They're very straightforward. Click on a button, and there we go. Bob's your uncle. Goody. Okay. So this should at least make the button look nice, right? To do something nice. Now, what we should do as well, when we get here, is we should change our heartseed times, or our heartseed room slot. Right. Where is that thing? Can I see this thing? Okay. So we'll have a time public float time multiplier. My time multiplier in here, right? And the idea with this time multiplier is, okay, when we initialize this, time multiplier is just equal to 1. Just make sure that's the case. Okay, and essentially what we want to do is we want to change the way it applies room slot effects, right? So stuff like your respawn timer gets multiplied with a multiplier, right? Then if we check the resource, okay, let's see, check if we need and have the resource. Okay, we can just continue. Get resource value key plus is less than 0. Okay, this basically we don't have the resources. Okay, that's fine. We can leave it like that. Okay, so over here, we need to spend or gain the resources. Okay, so that's just if statements. Change resource value by amount. The key, the amount we change it by needs to be multiplied by our time multiplier. Okay, and then that can be the same. And then over here, chain increase by amount multiplied by our time multiplier. Right, so rooms, they just have a very basic functionality where they just increase your resource. They increase your stat or spend a resource or whatever that is. They should now work. They should, in theory, do that if I set the time multiplier to something. Okay, so who sets the time multiplier? Well, that would be our time multiplier buttons, right? So over here, when the button is clicked, we should actually set that. So if we get our hard seed, so let's check. So once we go here, level prep hard seed UI. No. Level prep hard seed UI dot selected room slot, right? Dot time multiplier. We can make that equal to buttons. There we go. So we literally just set it like that. So anytime the button is clicked, we need to check which room is currently the selected room and then change that room's multiplier. Okay. And I think the selected room is being changed when a slot is clicked. I believe, yeah, slot clicked, selected room equal to slot, yeah. So we change that, and then, yeah, that's good. So this should work for the basic stuff. Now, there's still a bunch of other stuff we need to do. Okay, one of the things that needs to happen is the time skip cost should increase, right? So if we look at this right here, where exactly do I do this? Calculate time skip cost, right? So calculate time skip cost. We take the number of slots for time skip and we just add it. But what I think we should do is we should do plus equal slot dot time multiplier. And these should be floats now. Right? And that should be it, because now what it happens is if it's at 1x speed, the cost should just be 1, so we're just adding 1. If it's at 4x speed, it should actually be 4 times as expensive. So we add 4 to this number instead. Okay, so that would do the cost. Now, calculate time skip cost is something that we should do every time one of these buttons are clicked, right? So yes, we can set the button, and then we need to do level prep artsy dot time skip UI dot calculate time skip cost. So we just update the cost as well after we change the multiplier. Okay, I think we're getting close. So now the cost is done. The rooms work. So the only other thing really that's a problem is the passive abilities. Okay, let's test this, and if it works, we'll continue after a break. Okay, this is much better so far. Just to give you an idea what I did yesterday, so the code that was destroyed, I did all of this inside this code. So I took, all of this stuff, which is already a bit of a long script, and I just jammed a bunch of extra stuff in here. That wasn't good. So I'm kind of happy that I'm not doing that anymore, but yeah, it's still not nice to lose your stuff. Okay, let's just recompile because I want to see the formatting here a little bit and just make it look better for the 0.5x. Yeah, okay, so that looks terrible. So when they are selected, I think we'll use a font size that looks good for that one as well. Like 28. Yeah, it's good enough, right? It's still bigger, and this one fits, so those ones will fit as well. Okay. Also, let's get rid of this mustard color background. I don't know why it needs to be that color. Oh yes, and then we need to make it so our shops work properly. Yeah, so these two shops obviously need to work together. The room unlock shop, I think let's just see, room unlock shop. It should get shown when you unlock slot clicked. Okay, yeah, so it should display it when I click on a slot. Okay, so it can be hidden by default. Okay, so what I kind of want to do here is time multiplier buttons dot style dot display equals display style dot none, right? If the level of the room is literally nothing, we don't want them to be displayed. Otherwise, if we click over here, we want them to flex, right? And then obviously we hide. Okay, let's just try that. I think that'll work fine. Hopefully. Let's give it a good old play and see what happens here. Okay, so let's say we want to unlock the blacksmith. Okay, there we go. There's our buttons. Okay, so the time skip cost was calculated. Okay, so now it's 1x. I make it there, 22.5, 45, 90, 180. Okay, perfect. So it is actually working. The cost is being updated. Nice. So let's see if I now time skip, if it actually takes out 180. It did not? What? Okay, so clicking time skip does not, maybe it just doesn't update the UI. Ah, that's weird. Okay. That time it did. Okay, our UI is not working exactly the way that it should. So these should be updated. With the room that's selected, so that's one problem. And then sometimes the time skip doesn't seem to use the cache, but now it does every time. What the? I don't understand this. Okay. Alright, so first of all, when you are clicking on slots, we kind of want to go through our time multiplier buttons. Okay, so what we essentially want to do is a loop something like this, but I guess it's just going to be public void update button style. Right, just something like that. Now, importantly, we might need something. Okay, when we call update button style, okay, let's just try something. So first of all, we'd obviously have to remove all the class list stuff, right, as a start. And then this is an important one. Button ID. Aha. So we're going to infer the button ID by getting the level of the currently selected room slot. Yeah, I think so. I think so. So I'm just going to do a switch. What I'm going to check is the currently selected room. Right. I'm going to have a couple of cases here. So the first case is 0.5F. Right. So this is basically the multiplier. It's kind of dumb, but the other way is also kind of dumb. So we can have 0.5, 1, 2, and 4, right? And depending on which one I get, I need to do something with it. Right, this is going to be 0, 1, 2, and 3. Right, we just basically do that. Yeah, it's a little bit meh. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. We can work with it. So we just need to make sure that our selected slot has been clicked, so that our slot selection has changed, and then we can do time multiplier buttons dot update button style. Right, just so we know that it keeps the correct selection, right? So that's the one thing. The other thing is the problem with the cost not always working. So let's just check. So when our time skip happens, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Time skip button click. So new wave, we just return time skip cost greater than. Yeah, okay, that's fine. If it's less than 20, no character in slot. Okay, that makes also sense. Okay, so then we go do our time skip stuff, apply it, and then we remove coins. We don't need to remove an int amount of coins, right? Yeah, actually, I wanted to change this. This was changed. This is a float. Our coin costs are now floats. So we remove the coins, and then we invoke the change. Okay, which means our UI is listening to that, right? Let's see, our coin manager, our level prep game. Yeah, right here it is. Space-time coins. So it should be working. I'm not sure. Why it didn't work the first time. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. See what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna unlock the weight section of the gym. Okay, so it's on level 1 by default because I told it to do that. Let's put it on level 0.5, right? And then we click here and let's make the other gym, the blacksmith. So it's on 4. I click here, it's on 0.5. Click here, it's on 4, 0.5, 4. Okay, so that's good. That seems to be doing something. Okay, I like that. Now, let's do some characters in rooms. Okay, so you are in there, it's 22.5. I increase the cost to 45. It works. And okay, so let's just do a 0.5 and time skip. So this should go down, and it does first time. Then we move them over to here for a 4x. So let's see, maybe it's something to do with if the character gets kicked out, it doesn't actually spend the coins. Okay, spend the coins that time, so he won't actually make another session, right? So we have enough money, but he's gonna get kicked out halfway through. Ah, okay, that is the thing. So when they get kicked out halfway through because they're out of stamina, we don't spend the coins. Very interesting. And we can look at our... So that's what happened, actually. That's a new bug. If we look at debug mode over here, can we see our coins? Somehow we can't. That is bizarre. Huh. Okay. But I guess the coins didn't change, because if it changed, this would have worked. Okay, so somehow I made it so that if you ran out of stamina, you don't actually use the money. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so this would be maybe in the heart in this thing, right? So let's see. I don't actually see how that would be the case. We apply the slot effect, right? I don't know. Okay, so we have the time skip second pass, so we just go 30 times. Slot list count, we go through all the slots and we grab each slot and we check if it's empty or not, and then we continue. Otherwise we apply the room slot effect. How would this actually not have worked? So when we apply the slot effects, I can't remember where we kick them out. Oh, over here. Check if we have the resources. So get resource if we don't have. Change current slot to default slot. The character slot changes. I'm still not... Okay, so we changed the character slot, but I'm not sure. Because they would have gotten some of the benefits, right? Yeah, I mean, we're just looping here, going here, then doing this. This is bizarre. I don't understand how this happens. So obviously when we remove the slot, it becomes empty, right? We do this, the slot empty. Then we skip the rest of the loops, but we should still be able to get through and do this. This is very strange. Is the time skip cost recalculated, perhaps? When the character gets thrown out. Ooh, that could be it. The character might get thrown out, and then it thinks the cost is 0. Let's see when this is happening, actually. Calculate time skip cost. Yep. Okay, this is when you add a character, but let's see. There should be something for when you remove a character as well. One of these are for the... Yeah. When remove character is called, and remove character would be called right here. When we change the slot, it removes the character, which then recalculates and then it thinks it's 0. You be careful here. Okay, so how can we do this now? We could do something like just a private bool time skip in progress, right? And when you click the button, let's see, if we get past this point, right, we can make time skip in progress true. And if we make it all the way to here, we can make time skip in progress equals false, right? So we need to make it through all these guard clauses, right? Set it to true. Tell it that, look, we are doing a time skip. Do all this stuff, and even if you remove a character, we are still in a time skip, so we didn't get to this point. We didn't remove coins yet. And then what I can do here... Oh, I should actually have been able to see that. Might have seen that, I just wasn't paying attention. What we can do here now is we can just say if time skip in progress, right? If we're busy with the time skip, then just return, right? Don't actually try and do anything here. Just get out. So if the time skip is still in progress, get out. Wait for this. Okay, I think that's the best way of doing this, because then after your button clicks, even if things move around, it's not going to try anything. And it doesn't break the other functionality with the things moving around at either. So that's good. I think that's better. Let's play it. Let's see it in action. Ooh, yeah. Did my mouse? Yeah, my mouse broke. I honestly don't understand why that happens. But it's okay. Not the end of the world. Okay, so let's suppose we have a blacksmith that we put in here. We upgrade it fully. We put it at 4x. Right. I can't actually remember. Okay, let's put it at 1x. Let's see. Time skip, so 45. Okay, we use double. So we basically use 2 stamina per second passed, right? Okay, so the next session. Okay, so let's see. So our attack damage. How much did it go up? I actually don't know. But if we time skip again, he shouldn't be, even at 1x. Wait, no. 2x. Let's put it at 2x. So if we 2x this, he's going to run out of stamina and be kicked out. But I'm still going to use the complete cost. So 120. Boom. He ran out of stamina. He still gained all the benefits he could have before being kicked out. Nice. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it. Okay, now we can time skip. Replenish. Hey, very good. Okay, now the other question I have is, does the other system work with the coins being used while we are in the game? Which I don't know. I should have... Okay, we can fool around here a little bit and then we can test it. Okay, so let's see. So if I put somebody in the spa, just put him there for one spa session. Will they reuse coins to pass time? No, they don't. So even that system is not working. Ah, for crying out loud. Okay. I need to re-implement that as well. Can't remember how I did that exactly, but shouldn't be that hard. Ching, 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 ching. Okay, cool. So let's get... Okay, before I do that, so the spending of coins, I'm gonna take a quick break, grab myself a refill on the drink, and I'll be right back. Let's just do one of those. Okay, be right back. I'm back. Now, let's see. Okay, so we just need to make it so that the coins are actually spent during the level as well. That shouldn't be that hard, so we just need to figure out where exactly the application is happening, right? So we know obviously it's happening here, right? Okay, so we could do it in here, right? We could totally say to the apply room slot effect. To check. Well, let's check where the. Okay, so it's done in the time skip UI. Oh, we need to be careful now. Because if the time skip UI does it, then we might have to do it here instead. Yeah, because of the time skip. Yeah, we do the cost calculation here, and then we remove the coins from here. So if that's the case, then I think we should do it over here. So basically what we want to do, we don't care about empty slots, right? But if we get past this, we should check our coin manager dot instance dot space coin count, and if it's less than our slot dot so let's see, we want to apply this once, so we want to make our slot dot time multiplier. Right, so that means we don't have enough money to actually use the slot. So if that's the case, we can just continue first of all, so we just skip it. Otherwise, we apply our room effect, and then we do coin manager.instance.add coins. No, remove coins. What am I thinking? Remove coins. And the coins we want to remove is just going to be our slot.time multiply, right? It should be as easy as that. So as it ticks, it's going to check if we have enough coins. If we don't, we skip. If we have enough coins, we can apply the room effect and then remove exactly that amount of coins. Yeah, so this is essentially going to be 0.5 coins per second if we're working at half speed, or 4 coins a second if we're working at 4x speed, right? So that should be it. That was actually very straightforward. I hope. Okay, let's give it a play. Now, first, there's also a couple of things that we still need to do for the actual abilities. So our passive effects are not working currently. That's another thing we need to consider. But yeah, I'll get to that shortly. Let's just see if this works. If this works, then doing the passive effects is no big deal. So we could do it with any room. Let's just do it with the blacksmith, for instance. I'm gonna put the duck there. So I'm expecting my coins to go down at 1 a second. Right, so let's just see. Yeah. You can see my coins are getting spent. Now obviously, I can still gain coins because I can collect them. So yeah, so it costs me money during the level. Well, not money exactly, but you know what I mean. Okay, but he gained like a solid 30 seconds worth of benefit from that. Now, let's take it. So he lost 30 stamina in 30 seconds, right? So if we do it 4 times, we should now lose 120 stamina in 30 seconds. I don't actually know how long the next level is. It might still be 30 seconds, we'll see. But at the very least, okay, it's 44. So we should see this number go down by 4. It does, okay. We can do multiple rooms now as well. I'll do multiple rooms quickly. But it should be fine. I'm pretty sure multiple rooms are not a problem. Okay, so that worked well. Obviously, he lost all of his stamina. Okay, so let's put in a spa. Yeah, let's put in 2 spas. Put him in a spa, and we'll put him in a spa. We'll play with the owl. Okay, so let's see. If we click on this spa, let's make this a 2x spa. Why not? And let's make this one... let's upgrade this spa. This is going to be interesting. Right, so one is just in a double X spa, and one is in a better spa at 1x. So we'll see now what this actually means in terms of the efficiency type of stuff. But I think it's more efficient to be in a better spa. I'm not actually sure. Okay, but regardless, let's see. So we should be losing 3. Yes, we are. Very good. Frogs are a problem. I have so many lizards breaking. Okay. So they both got a lot of benefit from that. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. So that works. Let's get the passive effects to work again. Okay, so the passive effects was a bit of a thing. I had to go into the character data and basically give it a reference to the room. I'm gonna do this. Current room equals default, right? Just do that. And then I just want to do one of these. Set. Well, get set, right? I can see where it's referenced. Okay. So let's see where exactly is the room being set? Yeah, my dev tool managers, but more importantly, right here, change current room slot. So I kind of want to do an extra thing here where when I change my room slot, I also want to get the multiplier for the room or something like the multiplier or the room itself. I could get the room itself. So I could get a reference to the room. Seed room slot. Okay. It's fine. Hard seed room. Something like that. And all we need to do then is in here, we can do game object dot get component character data dot hotseed room equals to current slot, right? I kind of want to change this naming. Hot seed room slot. Yeah, just something like that. So we get the slot in our character data as well. Now the reason I want that is because in my passive effect manager, I need to give it a little bit of something. Right, so for instance here, what I want to do is I want to multiply this time by my party member dot get component character data. I don't have that as a thing anywhere in there. No. But yeah, I kind of want to do character data dot hot seed room slot dot multiply, right? So something like that. So every time we do this, we want to get the multiplier and send it through, right? Depending on the room I'm in. Okay, and this is only going to happen now that I think about it, no, I don't want to put it there. Yeah, this is bad. I think I don't want to put it here. I want these to work normally, and then inside the wizard passive ability, this time past one, I want to multiply this. Yeah, by character data dot artsy room slot dot time multiplier. Now this is better obviously because we already have a reference, and we don't do this every time. We do it only when we are in the correct room. Right, and we want to do exactly the same thing for the ninja passive ability, right? Because the ninja can also be in that room. Okay, so those two work. Now the ranger, I kind of reworked the whole way the ability works in the first place previously, but I kind of want to I kind of want to undo that and do it the same way I did with the knight. So here's what I did with the knight. So I had a float time multiplier total. Hello, total. Right, and we just said it's 1 or whatever, and then I add float amount of knights. Right, it just did something like this. So we would do that knight passive. We'd go through here, and we'd kind of do. I mean, all those things are fine, but then we do time multiply total, not plus equal duration, but what do we do here? Knight. I think knight passive dot game object dot get components character data on seed room slot dot time multiply, right? So we add all the time multipliers and our amount of knights. Actually, we should start with 0 knights, and our time multiplier should also start at 0. What am I thinking? Okay, we add that, and then our amount of knights, we just add a knight, right? So we do something like that. Then we go through here, and right here we do a float average time multiply multiplier, and I think we just set it 0, essentially. And what I can do then is I can do, if, let's say, amount of nights is equal to 0, well, or not equal to 0, then our average time multiplier is just equal to the time multiplied total divided by the amount of nights, right? Essentially. Yeah, I think that works out. And then what we actually want to do is we want to make this yield not occur there, but there. Because we want to divide this time by our time multiplier. Right? So if you think about it, if our time multiplier is 4x, hey, this guy, how's it going, man? It's going well. I'm almost back to where I was at the end of yesterday's stream. So let's say your average multiplier is 0.5. That actually means this is going to take quite some time. But if it's like 2 on average, then, you know, order the time here should be less. There was another thing I did here. Yeah, I remember now another thing I did. Okay, I'll do it now. Okay, but we need to do something similar for the ranges in a way. So you can see that I kind of go through and I just buff the attack speed. But they all kind of do it at the same time, right? Because it's one for loop, so it's very quick. But I kind of want to do something similar. That I do for the night, where I get like an average time. But this is just a normal buff. Yeah, this is an odd one. So would I have to go through the party members multiple times and then apply the buff? I might have to. I might have to do something like this, where I loop through them once. So I loop through all of them, and then instead of, then I just have time multiplier total, and so I have time and amount of rangers, right? And if we get a ranger passive ability, we just do we could do a different type of thing here. Cheers, man. Yeah, thanks. I'm probably I'm gonna get where I was, and the code is gonna be better. So it's almost like I just spent a day refactoring all the shit I did yesterday. Because it is definitely better. Like, I feel better about what I did today than what I did yesterday. Okay, so let's think about this. Cheers. Yeah, so maybe we do something like this. What if we did a character data, and we say this is equal to, you know, player manager dot grab the thing dot get components character data, right? So we just grab the character data, and if, let's see, let's not try get anything. If character data dot type, character type is equal to a ranger. Right, so if we have a ranger, then we can do time multiplier total yeah. Plus equals character data dot hard seed room slot dot time multiplier, and we can do amount of ranges plus, right? Okay, and then right here we do a similar thing where we then calculate average time multiplier, but we just use the amount of ranges instead. Else, I wonder if we could just do continue here. Just go back to the... Yeah, I'm just thinking about this. Can't we just know what happens if we break? Break from the while loop, and that's it. We're done. Yeah, if we don't have any ranges, we can just break. I could do the same here. So we can just break. You do all this stuff once, and then just break if our knights are actually 0. And we don't have to do anything else. We don't have to yield, return, nothing. We just break from the while loop, and then that's it. Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, so we want to do this divided by our average time multiplier. Righto. And then we can do this thing with the buffing of the attack speed. That's not bad. I kind of like that. Okay. On wave timer reset, I also kind of want to do a private void shorten first cast timer. Don't know exactly what to call this, but essentially we want to look at these and something like the ninja passive. Yeah, I kind of want to do exactly this, but we just need to do it once. I kind of want to take off like 10 seconds here. I don't think we need to do the wizard. Just do the ninja. The idea here is that the first bomb that the ninja throws would be faster. And we could just, when we instance on wave time reset, we could just do a shorten first cast timer. Okay, so we just do that once, and then we're fine. This is just to, if you look at the ninja, he's got a max timer, right? And it's 20 seconds. And your spawn timer is gonna start at 0 and then count all the way up to 20 seconds or something before he throws the first bomb. Now I want him to take that long between bombs, but the first bomb I think he can throw like within 5 seconds as well. So that's that's essentially all this does. Is it just does a quick 10-second burst for our timer, so he can quickly or more quickly get to throwing the first bomb. Okay, but our Knight passive and our Ranger passive should work nice now. And we put in another thing that basically tells us, you know, don't worry about it. Like if you didn't find any Rangers, just break. Stop the coroutine. It's fine. Okay, let's see if that works. So yeah, I can recompile. I think I wanna try it with the Knight and the Ranger. I'm gonna try it with everybody, like. Okay, let's play. Let's play and see. Okay, let's just open our observation room because that's where it's gonna happen. Let's do the Ranger first, right? So the Ranger should be casting faster, so if we do 4x, we'll run around with the Knight. We should see quite a lot of casting happen. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is quite a bit faster. It doesn't even wear off. Because the average is 4, right? So it should be fast. Okay, that's good. That's good. That works nicely, and the Knight should work the same. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, it is definitely working. The Knight doesn't have a very long duration. The Ranger has a much longer duration, but I mean it's working. Right? And then we can also try the owl and the duck, and then we can try with a few extra characters. Like, you know, multiple Rangers and multiple chickens. Because I think that's the other case in which it could break. Okay, so let's do the owl. We can run around with the chicken. Okay, so owl at 4x, I should be seeing a lot more fireballs. Oh yes, I am. Goody. Okay, we're gonna have some fun here. I mean, if you look at the amount of fireballs falling out of the sky, just imagine that with like 3 owls, and when I make it possible to upgrade with passive strength again, I think that's going to be very fun. Okay, so that works nicely. Now let's do the duck. Yeah, we can play with the owl, with the duck, I guess. I should be seeing a lot of bombs. He should be chucking these smoke bombs all the time. Okay, yeah, he is. Well, he was. Where's the smoke bombs, my guy? I need cover. And I died. Cover was horrible. I must say the blue crystals are way better than the other the quakes. I don't know why. I can see them better or something. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, now that works. So let's just do a quick test for multiple types of characters. So we want to get our scriptable objects. Okay, so let's just do a bunch of chicken knights, right? See if it works. I could tell it was gonna break. I knew it. Let's try again. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3 observation rooms. Okay, so something like that. Let's put them all on 2x and see. It's going to be expensive, right? Because it's 2 times 3, so it's 6 per second. Okay, we're a big chicken. Okay, that is quite frequent. That's less than 20 seconds for sure. That was about 10 seconds. Let's see if I get another one in 10 seconds. Yeah, roughly. Okay, that's very good. Got three buffs in one round. Okay. Okay, let's change this to be Robin's. Okay, let's play. Okay, we need multiple observation rooms again. Okay. So let's put this one at 2x, 2x, 4x, why not? So the average should be 2 plus 2 plus 4. So it's 8 over 3. Right, 8 over 3, and the ranger normally takes 20 seconds between casts, right? So let's see, so it's 8 over 3, so 2.6. Okay, so 20 divided by 2.66666. We should be waiting 7.5 minutes actually. 7.5 seconds per cast. So we'll get the first cast, then the next cast should be in 7.5 seconds. So we can actually check that. Okay, let's start the level. Okay, so that happened at about 27 seconds. And around 20-ish seconds Yep, we got the next pass. Okay. Ooh, this is some very good attack speed. Like, okay, that's good. So that works nicely. Okay, and now just for the fun of it, let's do a owl round, shall we? Let's do owl and duck ninja. Okay, so we'll grab the ninja to go. So we'll put an observation room, leave it at 1x. Another observation room. There's going to be a 2x one. And then the last one will be a 4x. Right. Very good. Very good. Very good. A lot of carnage. I like it. It's a bit overkill against just a bunch of lizards, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good either way. I like it. Okay, so they all gained levels. Very nice. Do that. Just do that again. Now what I would like to do is kind of have a level and a speed indicator or something like that close to these, so you can see what level they are just by looking at this and at what speed that you put them. I think that's going to be a good idea. What a good combo. Okay, and now what we can do is we can just get a spa. Do a time skip. Boom, he's healed. Okay, now these rooms are a little bit too expensive right now, so let's just dial it back a little bit. I think so. I want to change these slots. I think I can make them better. I think I can make them better. Make more info. Make more info appear on the slots, but we'll see. Okay. So start next level. Everybody is nice and rested. Oh, I died. Okay, fantastic. This is not a problem at all. Yeah, as soon as the frogs come into play, the game gets interesting. Hey, I've done it. Okay, that's pretty good. I like what I see. So before we go anywhere, Everything's working roughly the way that it was yesterday. We're going to go into version control. We're going to grab everything. And we're going to tell it to do a back to 6.0 again. And time multiplier plus skip system king check in. Okay. I wonder if there's something you could do in the settings or something to make sure it doesn't. Yeah, like if I look at the change set, I go to my settings. I don't actually see any setting that would suggest, or, you know, a universal render pipeline stuff. Project settings. Yeah, who knows? Okay, I'm gonna call it there, guys. It's unfortunate I had to redo everything I did yesterday, but I did do it in a better way, which I am happy about. So specifically, I just did the multiplier buttons as a custom element, which means all of this additional code is in a nice organized separate little file script, and it doesn't clutter my other files. And I should be doing this for a lot more functionality, because honestly I clutter my things way too much by just jamming it into one script all the time. Okay, but this is working nicely. Now I have a few more things I want to do. So one of the things I think I want to do, for instance, with this is when you start the next level, I don't want you just to just start the next level. I want to do something like calculate. Well, I want to do a couple of things. So we want to change the way the levels work in terms of the timing, right? So currently, I just made up a time for each level, right? It's not like, and I make it increase by some amount of seconds as you progress. But what I was thinking is, what if the point of the game is to collect resources, and with those resources you strengthen your party? However, you get, after 10 or so rounds, you have to face the boss, right? The boss intervenes and he comes for you, or whatever the case might be. Right, so you essentially have 10 rounds to collect resources and strengthen your characters as much as possible. And we can like, in the lore or whatever of the game, I can make it so that, you know, you can go into a biome once and then you're locked out. Right? Yo, Damon. How's it going, man? So that's what I'm thinking with the lore, or whatever. So what I want to change actually is to make it so that when you start a level, you as the player get to select Dr. French have followed me. Wow, that's such a cool name. How are you guys this good with naming yourselves on Twitch? What's the game about? So, quick, rough outline. Ooh, actually, let me show you this. Let me show you this. I have some art from our artist, La-di-da, you know what I mean? Let's see what's the latest thing he sent us. Okay. I see it. Google, thank you. How do I download it? Okay, it's... Okay. So let me tell you the story. Come on. Of the game. Right. So this is... let me just see if I'm in front of something crucial. No, not really. That's good. That's good. Right, let's talk about the game. This is our key art or capsule art or whatever you want to call it. Work in progress. But I think our artist is he's doing a job, right? Wait, your name is Dr. Friendship? Because you give out friendship test? Friendship test. In quotes. Okay, well. So what's the game about? So we got, as you can see, we have a chicken geared up in... do I want a so-called friendship test? What does it entail? Are you just going to ask me questions? Okay, but let me get to your first question about what the game's about, right? And for anybody else watching who's curious, and they can have a good overview. Okay, but anyway, so we have this tree. It's called AVIORUM, right? It's a magical place. It's literally like a world tree type of thing. And if you think world tree, some ideas might come to mind from other games, and you know we are obviously inspired by them. But the idea is the world tree, or AVIORUM, was inhabited by the birds long ago, right? The birds were kind of the main inhabitants, and they took care of the tree took care of them. As the tree grew, it basically kind of spawned new worlds or biomes within itself, and you could travel between them with teleportation type of things, right? So you can imagine it's separate dimensions almost within the tree. And the tree matured, and it became this almost like a world outside of the world, or whatever you want to call it. But eventually the lizards were envious of the birds who had this amazing tree. This tree did a couple of other things. It also gave the birds the ability to fly in the first place through the magic of the tree. But the lizards came with the crocodile and, you know, all the reptile buddies, and they took over. They invaded, they took over. And from there, the birds were in exile, hundreds of years have passed, and now they're coming back to try and reclaim the tree. However, the lizards have since started using the magic of the tree, the space-time magic, to make duplicates of themselves and to regenerate and respawn themselves endlessly. So this is now where this whole survivor-like aspect comes in for the game. But the tree spawned a new heart seed, which you can use as which is like a juvenile version of the tree, in a sense, that it's like an artifact or a juvenile version of the tree that also has this teleportation mechanic and these like the TARDIS type of thing going for it, but it's not as advanced, it's not as mature. So the best it can do is kind of rooms, and you get access to this thing, and you can use it to travel between the different biomes in the tree and fighting the lizards. And every time you kill the lizards or the frogs or the reptiles, whatever there is, they drop shards or slivers of the original heart seed, which was shattered, right? And you can then use that to empower the one you have, and in doing so, empower your characters. And then as they get stronger and stronger over time, you can reach well, you can eventually then challenge the boss and then beat the boss and free the tree, you know, all the good stuff. So that's kind of the idea. Okay, let's see. Call one of my friends. Okay, so this is the friendship test. You call one of your friends, tell them you want to move countries and see their reaction. If I call one of my friends and I tell them I want to move countries, they'd just be like, oh, that's cool. You know? Where are you going? And then I tell them, maybe Australia. And then they'll be like, yeah, sounds about right. It's not a good test for South Africans. We move all the time. I have so many friends and family in different countries by now, it's not even funny anymore. It's more funny that they are still, some of us are still in the country. But yeah, that's a South Africa thing. So, okay, but anyway, that's kind of the idea for the game. Roughly speaking, it's not, I didn't do a very good job of describing anything. But roughly speaking, that's the idea of the game. And what I want to do now is I want to make it so that when you start a level, when you enter a biome, so to speak, you get to choose how long you want to stay there. And if you choose 30 seconds, then, you know, after 30 seconds, you kind of get teleported back into the heart seed and you're safe. But then you have to advance to the next level because you can't go back to a level you just been on. Or when the pop-up comes up and it's like, hey, your 30 seconds is up, you can actually choose to stay another 30 seconds, for instance. But if you die, you also get teleported back to the heart seed automatically, and you have to progress to the next level. So there's like a little bit of a risk thing going on here. But in doing so, what I allow you to do as the player is you can manage your resources in terms of the character stamina and health and stuff like that to potentially gain more of these, power slither thingies to increase the effectiveness of the heart seed and therefore improve your chances of fighting the boss. You can get to the boss as quickly as you want and be completely unprepared and just die immediately, or you can spend more time building your heart seed up, getting more rooms unlocked, etc., until you eventually meet the boss, you fight and you win, or whatever. It's kind of the idea. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think that's something that's missing. We could even make it a objective-based system if we really wanted to, and not just a timer. But yeah, we can play with it. Maybe some levels have objectives, others just work with a timer, or something like that. You just want to make a objective based these. Damon, you reckon it's Major Crope's creep? The objective. Well, yeah, you could say that. The only real level I want an objective is maybe the first level. Right? Maybe the very first level, there's a little bit of an objective, like get to the tree. Ah, okay. Makes sense. But yeah, I'm just thinking maybe there are some objectives. But this is like, I think I want to make the timer thing work, and then the objectives, I might do that later, like way later, when the game's actually just working. Oh yeah, I'm getting creeped all the time. Half of my game is made out of creep. What do you mean? But I'm very close. I think if I can make the timing work, and with the timer, I also want to make it so that you can see how much potential coins you're going to spend, right? So based on the level of every room and the amount of multipliers you've applied, it just needs to calculate and tell you like, oh, listen, if you play for 30 seconds in the next level, it's going to drain, like 500 coins. Are you good with that? Yes or no? Maybe you want to decrease the amount of time, or maybe reduce the multiplier a little bit before you go. Because currently the multipliers are cool, but you don't really get a sense of how many multipliers you actually have active at the moment, because you obviously, it's difficult to click through all of these and look at the multiplier and intuitively understand what that means. I can maybe do some of that math because I wrote the code that does the math in the background, but I don't display any of that. So I kind of want to do that. And that I feel like isn't really scope creep, right? That's just me making it more clear for the player what's going to happen. Because it's already happening. You just don't know what's happening because I didn't communicate it properly. But anyway, all that being said, I'm going to go. I have a lot of other work to do. So I thank you, but I'm going to have to leave you. Dr. Friendship, cheers. I see you want to make a Valorant type game, top down. I mean, okay. Go for it, right? Make what you want to make. I have no opinions. It's probably a lot of work, though. That's the only thing I can imagine. But let's see if there's anybody online. Not really. Okay. We'll just end the stream then. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.